Hi, I'm Anna Rose, and I'm the chairman for this group. These are my group members, so you guys can introduce yourself.
Meredith.
Hello, my name is John.
Jake.
Um, so I've given each group member a piece of paper with the problem and the 5 people that we are trying to narrow down. So first, we'll start with defining the problem. So guys, the problem would be to try to figure out which person is the most average high school student for this third world president to come and spend time with and just see what the average high school student would be. So that's a problem that we're trying to find. So we should start with trying to establish a criteria for what our average American high school student would be. So what do you guys think when you hear average high school student? What do you think of?
The characteristics or the people?
The characteristics.
Um, the average student, I guess, would be someone that has several different interests, maybe.
Yeah, I would go with someone that's involved in extracurriculars. It seems like most students have an extracurricular or a passion of some sort. So, what do you guys think?
Yeah, I think the average student would be, especially to participate in something like this, would be somebody that has some kind of different interests and would be able to discuss with the leader, what the high school is all about.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree. Interactive skills. Yeah.
Okay, so we're looking for someone that has multiple interests and interactive skills and so on. Okay, so what problems could arise when this third world president is meeting these students? What do you guys think? Like, what could be some issues?
There could be a cultural difference between them.
Yeah.
Yes.
I definitely say the student should be someone well-rounded so they're able to understand so that problem doesn't arise.
Yeah. And I guess maybe a little bit of the language, but that probably goes back more to the cultural.
Yeah, and someone that's like understanding, because it might be harder for them to understand what they're talking about, because it's not like some things can be different between two cultures. So you're talking about if you're talking about something and they have a different view, you have to be understanding of the other person.
Yeah, good point. Okay, so those are some problems that we want to try to avoid, but it could possibly arise. So I guess let's try to narrow these 5 students down to 2. So I've already given you guys the opportunity to read through the 5 students. So what are you leaning towards? I guess each person can say the 2 people that they believe is best fit for this. So Jake, do you want to start us off?
I'm still looking.
I can start. So I think that Jada Williams would be a good one. And I think the reason why is because Jada has some different things. She is in AP art, but then she has the dyslexia, so she struggled a little bit. She's a little quiet, but she is very personable, a little bit of an overachiever, so I think that she kind of go out of her way to make sure everything went as it should. So I kind of thought that she would be sort of a well-rounded girl.
Yeah, I agree. Also, because she wants to take the president to a museum, so that could be sort of interesting for him to sort of see our culture, I guess.
Yeah.
Right.
So I feel like she'd be a good person as well. So I think Jada should definitely be in one of our top 2. What's another person?
And you don't have to have any knowledge of a gallery or a museum to enjoy it or understand it.
Yeah.
So Jake, who do you think?
Well, I'm not sure right now.
So my 2 would be Jada as one because I think with her overcoming her dyslexia and being an overachiever, I think that he would get a good idea of an average student in an average high school. And then I was having a little bit of a tough decision because I thought that excuse me, I thought that Ling Cho, would be an excellent representative, to provide the tour for him. But I think he said he's looking for an average student, and I'm not, too sure that I would say that she would be an average student.
Yeah,
or-
definitely not an
or a
average student.
representative.
So I think Ling Chow is definitely out of the running
So my
because
second,
she's not average.
yeah, so my second choice was going to be Jacob Jones. It seems like he's well liked by the teachers and the students, and it might be one that's more representative of the student, of the student body as an average student.
Yeah.
Or the other one that I thought would be the average student would be Carmen.
I thought that too because she seems like she's the captain of the drill team and in theater, and it says she's well liked by everybody. So
I just didn't know because of the activity that she plans to take them to a football game. If
yeah,
that
you
would
might
be,
not understand.
But I feel like that would definitely showcase the average American high school student. Like every school in America has a football team, so I feel like that would really
Show them,
immerse
yeah,
him in the
what it is.
culture and
Yeah.
what they do. So I feel like that's not necessarily a bad thing, even though he may not understand it. It would be, I think it definitely represents America.
Yes,
yeah,
I think
that's true.
So should we go
So,
with
I think
Carmen and
that's a good
Jada, our top
Yes.
two?
Yeah,
I
that
agree.
sounds good.
Yes.
Okay. So then, okay, so who is our number one between those two?
I think Jada, but that's just me.
Yeah, I'm thinking that she's very well rounded. So what do you guys think? Do you agree with Jada?
Or do you think
The
Carmen?
only thing that you guys were saying, like, she's only involved with one activity.
Yeah,
So,
that's true.
Yeah, that is true.
Except for that activity is the one that she's gonna be showcasing to him, so I feel like she'd probably be well educated at.
Yeah, but we're trying to find the average student, not
Yeah.
just who's
Yeah.
gonna be the best. So
Whereas Carmen does drill team and theater.
Yeah, I think I like the. I didn't even have her on my list, but I think if he's looking to find an average student and one that's representative of the student body, then maybe Carmen, might be the right pick. She's on drill team, she's in theater, she plans to take him to a football game, which, as you point out, is kind of mainstream America. He'd get to meet other kids then by doing that as well, by attending a game. So he'd get to see, interact with, other kids at the high school as well as probably teachers there. And then also she's got she's going to a local college due to financial strain on the family. That's something that I think everybody can relate to, and especially somebody from a third world country
yeah,
might be able to, connect to. So
I
the only,
agree. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
no, that's it.
Oh, I agree, but the only thing I'm afraid of with her would be that she dominates the conversation, because that could bring some problems if she's the only one talking and he's not, because he would probably want to ask questions on everything with the football, and so that's the only problem.
that is
I
a
would-
little, yeah.
But I think she would be the right one though.
Yeah, I think that's a little concerning as well, but I feel like the rest of her profile pretty much fits what we're looking for, so I think we can overlook that fact. But that kind of leads us into our next step, which would be to what would we tell her when she goes to meet with him? And I guess that would be one thing that we would bring up is try not to dominate the conversation and
Yeah.
just try to let him speak and realize that he's coming from a totally different country, therefore she would need to help him out with some stuff.
Yes.
And definitely.
And explain, if he's asking questions, make sure to explain to him everything that's going on and how everything works at the school, because he'll probably want to know that everything that goes on during a regular school day.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
think you make an excellent point there, Rose. I think that she would be, a good selection, and then, but with some coaching.
Yeah. So we would need to instruct her to just not try to dominate the conversation and just really give him a good feel for what the typical American student like goes through and sees, and that like shows him all her different activities that she's involved with as well, and meets different students. So I think that's what we would instruct her to do as she goes into meeting this president.
Yes.
Yeah, sounds
Okay.
good.
So, in conclusion, we pick Carmen to be our representative for the third world president to meet. And this discussion is adjourned.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.